So, fighting in Call of Dragons is probably one of the most fun, if not the most fun aspect of the game. But have you ever wondered what the best performing marches are in the open field? Well, wonder no more because in today's video, we're gonna be breaking down the best performing march in every single category of the open field fighting, as well as showcasing the best talents for them for you to get the most value out of your investments. What is up, guys? Meow, we're here back with a brand new Call of Dragons video. Joining me today, like a frequent guest on this channel, Sod, aka Smart on Demand, Soft on Demand. Let's see whatever other nicknames you can come up with for him. Sod, the mic is yours.
What's up? How's it going?
So I brought Sod with me in today's video because he is one of the best fighters I know in my current season. He's always top of the merit charts somehow. I have no idea how he does it, but his player profile speaks volume already. The ratio of kills to healed is insane, as well as some deads. He's been swarming cities like a degenerate. But yeah, we're gonna be using his input on today's video, which will be breaking down the best performing marches so far from what we've seen. So I think the first March is obviously a personal favorite of mine. Archers. Solid. What do you think? Like the best performing March right now is?
It's not even close. It's Magrat Zeta.
Yeah,
Um, it's outshining Sindrian Frhagar, Nico Kanara, Kanara Nico, Kanara Hosk, even when Magrat Zeta aren't even awakened at this point.
it's
Um,
insane,
Most
bro.
people don't at this point, right? Because they're so new and you could save heads for them. But the difference in reports is just ridiculous, honestly. Um, it's outdoing the rest of my marches by 1.7 to 1.8 times,
Same,
nearly
bro.
double as effective. It's not even a close contention.
It's cracked. The March is absolutely insane. It's performing amazingly. I did not expect this March to be performing this well. I did not expect
Yeah.
them to performing this well.
I knew there was going to be like some power creep, but
Yeah,
looking at the skills, your
yeah,
first initial reaction was like, oh, they're going to be good heroes.
yeah. Didn't
No,
expect them
they're
to
not
be
just good
cracked
heroes.
out of their
They're
mind.
not just good. They're not just good.
They're the best right now, I would say, like absolute best. Like insane single target deletion with Magritt's primary skill. But for the talents, I would say the talent page for it goes pretty decently. It's not like anything out of the ordinary. It's just a standard precision marksman build, as well as when you give them their artifact as well, their performance just skyrockets even harder. Like the march itself is just so cracked, man. I don't know, but it has its clear weakness. I would say I wouldn't say it's like overpowered, must nerf. Like you need to focus down this march because the once that march goes low, it just becomes so useless.
Yes, like if you can play well and keep the march at high HP and not get hit that often in
Mhm.
PvP, your numbers are going to skyrocket. But the moment, if you get down to yellow super early in a fight, then the effectiveness will obviously go down. Obviously, that's the same for every march, but it hurts a lot more on Magrat Zeta than any other march, I think.
Yeah, it's very rewarding for correct positioning. But
Yes,
anyway,
if you
I
play
can
well and you position yourself properly, you're going to really see the
be
benefits of the
printing
march.
merits. Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It is cracked. All right, moving on. We can sit on talk about them all day. They're just so good. They're just so good. Especially because
Yeah.
we're both archer mains. But anyway, moving on. We got ourselves the mage king and queen. Still the absolute best mage march. If you had to run a single mage march, it still would be Lily of Velen. I'm surprised they haven't been dethroned yet. They're so good, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I think what really brings them together is Infernal Flame.
The passive of
That
it,
artifact, the Magic Keen, 30% attack is just
yeah.
crazy.
I still have it level
Um,
1. I don't even use that artifact.
oh, oh my God. I'm so disappointed in you.
Bro, I don't play mages, man. What do you want me to do? I only use
It's,
them as a
want you to-
as a method to drop off the OP Breath of Gigantus. If I was a mage main, I would use them,
uh,
but I would upgrade.
That's fair.
Yeah, but breath for me,
Yeah,
breath is
I mean,
still like the
Infernal
absolute best.
Flame is, yeah, well, Breath is a different category of effectiveness, but yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
Infernal Flame really brings the march together. I think without Infernal Flame, if it wasn't so good for the pairing, Burnt Towheart would have a much better chance and potentially be better.
Hmm.
But all in all, with Infernal Flame, Lily of Valor is still the best
Yeah, and
match for mages.
the barrier entry to them as well is really cheap. Like you don't even need them fully awakened to see them shine because of the sheer AOE and value they give from their rage skills. Like plus their talent
Mm-hmm.
tree is also really basic. Like you don't need anything special. I would argue you can swap around the March speed with foresight if you want on the magic tree, depending on your play style. I might actually go for the foresight instead of the March speed nowadays because I just don't get enough merits or enough rage cycles with them anymore, and they already have like
I
insane
think
March
it's worth
speed.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Velen gives
Velen has
everything.
it in his kit, right?
Yeah,
He
he
has it
gives a
in his
lot of
kit, I
March speed
think.
in his kit.
March speed.
It's just so cracked,
Yeah,
bro.
and especially if you're running majority archers,
Mhm.
odds are that we're gonna have to stack on a lot of march speed on your archers to catch up with Lily of Velen.
True, true. All right then. So we're done with mages. What about infantry? Is it even like
Again,
is it even like a point of comparison? Like we got like
not really.
Koresh
It's a
Skogel.
Goresh Skogel. Yeah,
That march is so disgusting, bro. That march does it all.
man.
You want to rally? Koresh Skogel. You want a kerosene?
You want
Koresh
to garrison? You do that. You want to. It's probably the second best march in the game right now, in
I
general,
would
in my
argue.
opinion.
I would argue in a general sense. I would argue this is the absolute best. It just does everything you need. Like Mag Zeta is obviously not a
Yes.
garrison or a rally, even though Mag is supposed to be a rally, but they would get eaten up
Actually,
by
no.
Mag.
A point about that. I rallied a city the other day with a Magrat garrison. I got demolished,
I
like
saw that.
smoked. I've never
Yeah,
seen it in my life.
yeah, but
I've never seen that in my life.
Syndrome Fragor already loses to Mag Zeta in the open field, so it would make sense for them to lose in the rally. But Goreskogo
Yeah,
beats them, so you know.
that's true.
Just Goreskogo it, bro. Of course, he would give them the Spirit Bone Toric, which is arguably the strongest stat checker artifact in the game, as well as this page as well. This is the page I run with them. Full on infantry. It's just crazy, man. That's March. I am curious to see how G3 infantry will be. If they are better than Goroskogo, we might have a dethrone situation. Because right now most players just run one infantry march, so they have to like choose their investments really wisely. Speaking of
I
trash
honestly will
investments,
find it very difficult to. I'll find it very difficult to dethrone Gorsh Skogel.
mhm,
If they do that, these new infantry, these G3 infantry,
they will
have to
have
be
to be
completely busted and
yeah.
out of control.
Like
Like,
they would tuck me into bed if they were that OP. Because Goresh Skogel right now, you use them for everything. You use them. You want to propose, use them, bro. You want to do anything, use them. But
yeah,
the
it's
other two
crazy.
are outshine them. They would have to tuck me to bed and read me a bedtime story. Only then they can dethrone Goresh Skogel. And Goresh Skogel are a really low investment as well. They're like a perfect fit for the 5-5-1 approach. For only 390 heads, you too can be bulldozing everyone with Goresh Skogel, which is pretty insane.
For sure. Yeah, for the both of them. Like, obviously, if you can awaken Skogel for more counterattack and
Yeah.
Goresh for a little more stats off his rage skill, sure. But
Hmm.
at 5-5-5-1 for the both of them,
It's
you're gonna
perfection.
be you're gonna be doing just fine.
Yeah. Speaking of trash investments, Cavalry. So Cavalry, we were probably scratching our heads pretty hard for this March, trying to figure out the absolute best. After asking some people here and there, I think we've reached the general consensus that the best right now, absolute like peakest peak Cavalry March would be Theodore Emrys with, of course, Spring Blades. So Spring Blades, in my opinion, is just insanely strong. Like probably top three artifact in the game right now. Might be the only thing keeping Cav viable, to be honest.
I think that's the case, honestly. Um, it's just a very, very strong artifact. It's like Infernal Flame for Lilia.
Exactly. And
Same type of deal.
caps tend to be so overlooked that we don't really know like the absolute best for them. But after asking around so many cap mains, we've reached like this with this tree as well, with the skill tree primary and cavalry secondary. You get the same, like almost the same exact damage as Bakshi Emrys, but with even more tankiness once, of course, Theodore is awakened. And the thing is, when we're breaking down this, like this whole thing, like the we're putting it in situation that you have everything maxed out, and you just want to put together like the best march of everything, even with like you're not going to be fully stacking your console marks on Theodore's last skill. You're still going to be dealing insane amount of damage, especially if you pair it with a Berserk Fade Rake with the right build. I've seen a Berserk Fade Rake deal 20k damage or 13k damage or some stupid wild number. So it's possible, bro. It's possible. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have anything else to add to Cavalry. Do you? I don't play Cavalry.
I'm not big on Cavs either. No idea. I just know what's best and call it a day.
True, true. All right, Flyers. All right, I personally don't play Flyers, right? So I'll leave this to you.
It's definitely Bert Thea with the Visage. That march is extremely strong. Visage is a season one artifact that still reigns supreme for Flyers to this day. Nothing else is like it.
Hmm.
Um, in terms of actual usability on Bert Thea, I did lots of testing against a maxed out orb last season. The
Hmm.
results were not even close. I wish I could find the reports, but Visage is just super strong, really brings the march together. And it is definitely the best flying march in the game
It's
in
a
general.
it's a cracked DPS check as well because you keep stacking it. Plus, once you build properly with take the talent tree that gives you the extra shielding, orb of protection, the magic tree
Mm-hmm.
just runs out the build completely. You get the insane amount of
Yeah,
damage, you get rage generation, you can even switch up the march speed for more rage generation if you wanted. Or if not, just whatever suits you. Plus, Thea is an amazing stat boost to any mage march, especially with Celestials, which are arguably the best flying unit in the game right now.
I think yeah, those are the best flying unit for sure. The flying marksmen are the wyvern riders are just not it, and
They're pee pee poo poo.
eagles are yeah, and eagles are just like a different category in and of
Yeah,
itself because of calves. So
I
can't
hate
really
fighting
compare it.
eagles. I hate fighting eagles. Ferondal
Oh, it's
Thea
so bad,
deletes my archers, bro.
and you
But
can't even get in the way with your infantry because they
mhm.
just fly right over. It's so frustrating.
True, true. All right, so that is it for like our toppest, like the creme de la creme. If you want to run like a five lineup of the absolute best in every single category, you got your best five marches. Now for the replacements, or like the second best for everyone, we're only gonna be discussing like the top two now, like the number two in terms of every single troop type. I know some more marches are much more viable for other troop types as well, but when it comes to like the absolute best of the best, and you trying to scratch your head thinking what you want to go, what route, I would say the second absolute best archer march is obviously Surgeon Fregar. Like they're still the kings and queens of behemoths till we start seeing max out max Zetas running around one shotting behemoth as well.
Yeah, there's not much of an argument there. Nico Kanara is still strong as well,
But
but in terms of consistency
just not in the
and
same league.
everything, I
Just not in the same league.
yeah, still viable, but just not as good as Simon
Yeah,
Frigga for sure.
true. All right. For mages, of course, Tohar Bert, or sorry, Bert Tohar, excuse me, Bert primary, Tohar secondary. But the thing is, with this march, in order to for you to start seeing like proper results, you need this damn cow awakened, man. Such a heavy investment
Yep,
march.
it's a big investment to properly see the results
Yeah,
you want to see to even have it compare. Otherwise, I don't quite know if it's up there, but
True.
And from an awakened perspective, the awakened cow is super strong as well.
It is one of
But
the
he has to
best
be awakened.
It's one of the best awakening passives as well. 35% keen is just so valuable that once this cow is awakened, you can actually pair him with any other mage commander, and you'll start to see results, because those 35% go a long shot on damage factor calculations as well. So it's pretty nasty once this cow is awakened. Maybe that's why I don't see any results on this march. My cow is not yet awakened. It's
Oh
always
yeah,
my
once you get it done, you'll see it. And I mean, 35% is one thing. It's how much it's active as well.
how
It's
long.
on for a lot of the fight, right? Like 5 seconds, and
Once you're
um,
once you do your shit, once you do your stuff as well, uh, it's just so good.
mhm. Yeah, definitely the second best mage march still there.
True, 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 true. All right, second best cavalry. I would say Bakshi for Ondo then, or Bakshi Emrys. Hmm.
So here's the thing, because Embers is well, we can't really use Embers again. If we could, we would.
Yeah, if we could, I would say like if we could, like if you don't have Theodore yet to replace your Bakshi, then definitely Bakshi Emrys. But if you had to like run two, because I don't like double dipping as much, but if you had to run
Mhm.
two, I would say it's Ferrando, Bakshi Ferrando, because Ferrando is pretty underrated right now. When he first came out, I would always say he's the like one of the most broken releases we've had in a while. But I don't know if he just didn't perform, or people just didn't invest in him, or what happened to him. But he's still insanely strong. He's cracked. He gives Cavalry everything they need, like damage, sub debuffs, everything, 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 bro.
Yeah, cowardice is super strong. I didn't really look into it that much, but like I was reading it a little bit ago, and it's actually quite a strong debuff to inflict.
I hate fighting it. Disables my lovely archers.
Mhm.
All right, flyers. Like if you had to run, so you take it away. You're a better flyer
Jeez.
merchant. You're a better flyer player than
Oh
me.
God, I mean, again, similar story with Cavs. Like
This will be a very controversial
they is
take right
kind
now.
of a staple, just kind of a staple, and then Celestials are the best flying troop. So I think it's just going to be Atheist Thea, and it's a much more easily acquired march than
True,
Bertrand Thea.
especially if you're running Bert Tohar
Atheist being purple, yes, for sure.
and you still give them
I
Visage
think I'm
anyways.
just going to say, yeah, I'm just going to say Atheist Thea and leave it at that. Because again, Wyvern Riders, no bueno,
Wait,
not good.
we forgot infantry.
Yeah, yeah, we
Infantry,
did, but
Madeline Garwood. It's a no-brainer. Madeline Garwood. There's
yeah,
not
just
much,
Madeline
not much
Garwood.
add to it. Just
Nope,
Madeline
Nika
Garwood.
is also not.
She's
Nika's just
worthless.
not good anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
she's
pretty
fucked.
worthless, unfortunately.
It is what it
So Madeline
is.
Garwood, I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm good with Madeline Garwood.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it for our tier list. But the thing is, you guys have to keep in mind this one thing. Just because it's not in the top two doesn't mean it's bad. I personally run three marches of the same troop type. So just like this is like the best performing on the field in terms of like getting you merits, getting you kills, giving you value out on the field. But this puts in the scenario where you're in the position that you have all the options on the table, so you have to like pick the best options. But if you don't have all the options on the table, that's fine. You can always improvise. I've made multiple videos about different pairings and different options that you can use in order to bypass some limitations that you might have. But I think that's pretty much everything. Sod, you have anything to add?
Really, no, I think we covered in just in terms of the top two. I think we covered basically everything. I think you went over some talent trees.
Hmm.
Maybe if you wanted to go for pets in another day,
Another day,
we could do that.
another
But
video.
yeah,
All right.
but I think that's about it. Yeah.
I think that's a wrap. All right. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, if you like content like this, please be sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Big thanks to Saad for always helping out in these videos. You will definitely going to see him more on the channel because I like to have someone with me in these videos, especially because they tend to get very rambly. But on that note, have a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next video. Saad.
Oh boy. Meow meow.